Hi there, Power Plant Girl here. So today's the day. I gotta get some brassicas planted. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know I tried experimenting with planting some up really early. We had a really mild March, and pretty sure nothing has survived in there. We have had we had a really abnormally cold April for here. Lots of negative double-digit nights, so I'm pretty sure there's nothing alive in here other than weeds and volunteer parsnips. So I'm going to pull the cover off today. I have some seedlings started, and I'm going to plant some seeds and hopefully get something going here so that I can get some brassicas out of this bed here this year. So I thought I'd bring you along, and you can see how I'm doing this. Brassicas are one of those things that you do need to try and get started pretty early. So we'll bring you along, and you can see what I'm doing. First, I'm going to show you this frame that I built here, because I think a few people have asked me about it. It seems that people are curious about how I put this together. So I'm just going to show you real quick what this is that has the hoops on it here, and then we'll get to business of getting things planted out. It's been really windy this past month, so I just have some boards and things up holding the fabric just a little bit tighter. I had clips on it, but they kept blowing off, so get those pulled off, and then I'm just going to actually pull this fabric back a little bit. So this is just harvest cloth, and I do have it clipped at the top on the front and the back, but I don't have it clipped anywhere else. Oh, the flea beetles are already trying to get in there. Look at all those guys in there. They want in. They know I want to plant brassicas in there. Holy. But this netting, this is great netting. I'll put a link at the bottom of the description there. So any of these flea beetles that weren't already in the soil aren't too likely to get in here, because this is pretty good netting, but I've had it for several years. But anyways, so hopefully now that I've Buster, you're in the way. Come out of the way. Okay. So now that I've pulled the harvest guard back, hopefully you can have a better look. Hopefully the dog isn't in your view. But all this is I built a frame. I'll lift the netting off of it too, maybe. Okay. So I'll lift this netting off so you can see a little bit better. Well, I just took scrap pieces of wood. These would be about, I don't know, 1/2 inch by 2 inch pieces of wood, and they're 8 feet long approximately, because that's how long my beds are. And then I just took a similar piece. It's probably about 1.5 inches wide by 1/2 inch deep, and then 4 feet long, and it's sandwiched between them on either end. I have one, and then I don't know if you can see. Turn you a little bit. Down here I have another just small piece just sandwiched in the middle that's only about 1 foot or 18 inches long, just in the center, just to give some support between these long pieces. And then I just have PVC pipe hoops. This is just like old sprinkler line that we had laying around. And in the top board on the sides, I just drilled a hole that's pretty much the same width as the outside diameter of my piping, and the piping just goes through that hole and just rests on the next piece there, and that actually seems to hold them pretty sturdy in there. And then I have made this just narrow enough so that the sides fit inside the sides of the bed, and the ends do as well, so it stays in here. And the weight of the boards keeps it. Some of my other hoops that I have just through like pipe fittings on the sides of my beds, the wind can lift them and pull them off, and just use the netting as a sail almost. But this gives it enough weight that this doesn't really go anywhere, and these are tight enough that the pipes don't really pull out. So that's all that is. So, and then it's nice because I can just take these for the dog. And I just flip it off the bed there. So it just makes it easy for me to get around. And then I just walk on the netting and stuff on the other side when it's flipped over like that. All right, did a lot of talking and not a lot of planting, so looks like I need to get some gloves and get some weeds pulled out of here. I had a parsnip go to seed last year in here, and lots of little seedlings coming up just everywhere. Just see them just everywhere. But I'm going to pull those out, I don't need them, and get to planting. So, like I said, I had put some things in here already, but I just have skeletons left. It looks like anything the cold didn't get, maybe there was a few flea beetles in here that got to. This bed, I've already been through and amended it, and I've put some lime in it, and I've put some organic fertilizer in there, and some bone meal, I believe. This bed is 4 feet wide by 8 feet long, and I just have drip lines running through for watering. So here's my tray of seedlings. Some of them are looking great, some of them are looking really sad, but I think getting most of these in the ground will do them a great service. If you see white spotting on the leaves, that's just because I mixed up a mixture of diatomaceous earth and water in a spray bottle, just sprayed it over them. A week ago, I was noticing a few flea beetles starting to get into the cold frame on them. These have been in the cold frame for several weeks now. There's some foxgloves here, they won't be going in, but. So my plan for this bed is to have Brussels sprouts across the back, which should be what this tag here says. And I have 2 varieties, as long as they're both still living. So the Long Island are gonna go over here. So I'm just gonna plant them a little bit deeper. All of these plants, I'll do that. And I have to make sure I leave room at the end of this bed, because like I said, that frame for the netting will fit in there. And then I'm just gonna go, I don't know, about a little more than a hand span away and on a diagonal, and pop another one in. And I want to firm them down pretty well. Brassicas have these big leaves on them, so it seems like they like to be just a little bit firmer. Two on this one as well. It's a little close. I don't know if that made sense. The big leaves can catch the wind, where under the net is probably not a big deal, but I like to just plant them a little deeper, and then they don't have so much wind smash them around, which can break off the stems. Okay, and then I have Jade Cross. The Brussels sprouts are looking pretty good here. Hopefully they stay that way. This is only my second year growing Brussels sprouts, and last year I only got a very small handful before the flea beetles took the rest on me. Looks like I just have one more, so put it right here. Hopefully my frame doesn't get it. Like that. And then I have cabbage, it's supposed to go down the middle. So let's see if I can find any cabbage in here. So the gunma cabbage I'm going to put here. And I'll save some. The cabbage can sit in their trays for a while. And then I have just a couple of stonehead cabbage here, so I'm going to stick those in next. And this is red rock. So now I should have some broccoli in here. This is imperial. And I have green magic. And Arcadia. Okay, so now I need to hop over to the other side and get the cauliflower in. Okay, so my cauliflower seedlings have not been very happy out in the cold frames, so I'm not sure they're gonna do very well. This one might be all right. Okay, this one, I think I'll go with Freedom next. And then I have Graffiti. I'm trying this for the first time this year. It's supposed to be kind of a purple cauliflower. It's supposed to be pretty resistant to pests, so. I don't think that one's gonna live. So now that I have the starts in, what I want to do is get some seeds planted kind of in between, just a few seeds here and there to try and get a bit of a succession going here. I don't know, I'm still learning brassicas. Oh, there's a flea beetle on this one already. Oh, get off. I'm still learning brassicas. I'm still figuring this out. I've kind of got cauliflower going last year really well for me, and I feel like I know what I'm doing, though my seedlings just look sad this year. But I'm gonna get some seeds popped in between these things, just the odd one here and there, and we'll call this good for now. So I'll see what we have here. I grabbed more tags, but it worked out that I didn't really need to make more, so that's all right. Now I just can't do seeds with gloves on. So what did I have here? Acacia. So we'll just do, I'm just gonna kind of go in between the plants and just throw another seed or two in, and then hopefully I get something out of that. So I'm just going to put 2 in each hole. And I can thin them out after. Now I'm kind of thinking about popping a kohlrabi or 2 in the ends here, just to fit some in somewhere. I have some planted already, but never hurts to have more. This little patch of kohlrabi that I'd started here, and I planted some out already. I'll show you that in a minute where I've been planting. I think these are all purple Vienna, but there is also white Vienna, but I'm assuming because of the stems these are all purple. And I think I'll put these down at the end just to see how they go, because they're starting to get some flea beetle damage on them too. So. Okay, still a few left in there, but got some in there. So I'll just move these lines over between the rows. Okay, so now I just have a little bit more diatomaceous earth and water mixed up here. I've never done this before. I've always just sprinkled the DE on the plants, and that hasn't really worked well for me, but I thought I would experiment more with this and maybe it would stick better. So I'm just gonna go through and give each of the plants a little shot with this, because as you could see, the flea beetles are doing their best to get in here, and there are some, I'm sure, that overwintered in the soil. So I'm gonna go through here and give things a good spray as best I can, and then I'll put the netting back over, turn the sprinklers on so they can get a good soaking, and we'll be done. It's a nice overcast day for planting. It's supposed to be like this for the next few days. So, and these are, like I said, I think I said, have all been overwintered in my cold, or not overwintered, they've been in my cold frame for several weeks now. So I'm pretty accustomed to the weather. I pretty much just sprouted them in the house, and then I took them out to the cold frame. Now the hardest part about this is keeping the netting from getting caught in it. Just pull the netting tight around the side. Just that piece of wood there, and that'll just hold it all down. Okay, so I can check that job off my list now. So like I said, I have some kohlrabi. I have a few other cold tolerant crops that I've already planted out. So I thought I'd give you a quick look. I know this is going to be a really long video, but I'm trying to keep you up to date on everything that I'm doing in the garden without putting out a video every day. So I'm just going to give you a quick look at that. It's already planted, so it shouldn't take too long to let you have a peek. And I'll remember to turn these sprinklers on and get this soaked down really well, and my cold weather crops will be started, so that's nice. Still need to do peas and carrots and things. I'm feeling really behind this year. Okay, so we were just over there where that bed is all covered up there, and now we're here, and some of you may recognize this from another video. These are my fabric raised beds. So in the video I put together the one at the far back there, and it actually has nothing in it. I've just put a cover over it just to see how it fit over the bed, really. This one has a lot of my cold weather crops that I also had started in the cold frame. So I'll try and just lift the nets up for you and let you have a little peek underneath and see. Things are doing pretty good. These have been in here for about 4 days now, and we've had some pretty cold nights. I think -8 is the coldest. That was last night, and I think it's all doing pretty well. These are great little net hoops too. They're, I think, Hannock's brand. I just got them off of Amazon. I'll put a link for those as well. And this one is new this year. The other one I've had for years, and I just wanted a little bit finer mesh, so I bought this one this year. But they hold up well and they store away flat, which is nice. So this little section here, there's 8 sections in each of these beds, in case you didn't see that in the video. So what I did here is I just put, I had some very small onion bulbs that I had stored, and they were still in pretty good shape, but they're starting to sprout. And I thought it would be nice to just plant some of those out and see, just to see if they'll go to seed for me and I can get some seeds. And then way over on the edge here, I don't even know how well you can see, I just had a couple of onions that I'd grown from seed. I have way more than this, but I just stuck a couple of candy red right here just to get a few planted out, say I got started. And then I have some, this is actually supposed to be a perennial onion. I've never grown this before. This evergreen hardy right here, and I planted seeds. I'm gonna need to get a stake for that, but I just planted seeds there, so that's just some onion seeds. And then beside it is kohlrabi. I believe these are the white Vienna. Now I didn't have them labeled very well in that pot, so I just kind of grabbed out from, I had done one side with white and one with purple, and I think that was the white side. So I threw those out. Over in these 2 spots, I have a lot of spinach over here. I have a couple of larger ones that I had planted in pots in my house, and then some more that I'd had in just little seed packs that I had started out in just like little 9 packs. So they're a little bit smaller, but they're looking really good. And this is kale, red Russian, dino, and dwarf green, I believe. Just one of each, and we'll see how they do in here. But so that's what I have on this side. These first 2 squares in this side are beets. So I have golden Detroit, I want to say. And what is this? Red Ace, Fresh Pack. Fresh Pack is more for greens. And Merlin at the end there. And I'm not sure why I planted them so close to the edges. Now that I'm looking at it, that was very odd. So we'll see how that works. But I had multi-sown them in 9-cell packs, so they don't look like they're very happy out here, but they didn't look very happy in the cell packs either. So we'll give them a little bit longer. They've only been out here, like I said, a few days. So go see the last 2 sections. Okay, so this is the purple Vienna kohlrabi, I believe. And then I forgot, I had plans to plant radish in here, but I didn't actually get that done yet. So I'll have to go grab my radish seeds, get those planted in there. And then this little planting bed will all be planted. So I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me today and seeing what I've, been planting out and getting started in my garden. It's nice to finally be able to be planting things outside and not in my room. I know I'm really lucky to have it, but it's always nicer to be outside. It's been great to see so many new people join the channel, and really happy to see that. Remember, if you're enjoying these videos, it really helps my channel out a lot to give it a thumbs up and post a comment, and that'll just help YouTube know that people like this video, and they'll share it out more. So that'll help me out and help me get more content going. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.